I'm here with head coach of Maryville basketball, Jeremy Smith. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for being out here, man.
So,
Appreciate you.
yeah, of course. Obviously, there's been a lot of attention around you guys' team over the past couple weeks with Adrian, dropping 100 against Kofa,
Yeah.
right? Doing it in 3 quarters, let
Yeah.
alone. So first, I kind of want to clear the air here because I feel like when that first came out, news of that first broke, someone was reporting 104, someone was reporting 100. Do you know what the official what was the official?
It was 100 points.
It was 100 straight.
100 straight, yeah. I think people thought that it was 104 because at the time he came out of the game, we had 104 points, and they thought he had all of them. But there was a point in time where I subbed him out in the third when he had 86, and a couple of his teammates shot the ball.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
makes sense. So obviously, you guys had a lot of attention from media outlets after following that game, right? Sports Center. I believe that the New York Times reached out to story through The Athletic,
Sports
TMZ,
Center, CNN, TMZ.
What was it like to have that kind of publicity around Maryville and y'all's team, specifically? What was that like, the experience for you and even your players?
It was special. I jokingly had told some of my colleagues here that when we were on CNN 10, no knock on TMZ or even The Athletic, which is insane. But CNN, that CNN 10 News is seen across the country in hundreds of thousands of classrooms. I thought that was special. That one really, it was near and dear to my heart because as a classroom teacher before, I used to do that as bell work and stuff to kind of get our day started, our week started. And so to see him on there, kind of talking to what he did to the next generation of student athletes, I thought that was really special. The media coverage in general, for the most part, it's been positive, at least on our end. But it was just a special feat, and just to see that and be a part of history is special.
Have you ever experienced anything like this with any teams you've been with, as far as kind of all the publicity or all the buzz that's around a team? Have you ever been a part of a team like that with this much attention on you?
Not to that magnitude. Last year we got a lot of attention when we beat, at the time, Liberty, which was number 1 in 6A. They were 12-0. We beat them at their place, and that was special. Ace had 56 points, which was one shy of Nico Mannion's 57-point record for 6A. And so it was against the number 1 ranked team in the state at that time. So I know a lot of people are giving him a little bit of flack or giving me flack for him scoring it against the 45th ranked team or something. But it wasn't personal. And I talked to the coach about it at halftime. It was us playing against basketball, playing for history. It wasn't a knock on them. It wasn't to demoralize their team or make them feel bad. It was competition.
Yeah. So he was a point shy last year and completely shattered the record.
And
this
we didn't
year.
know. We didn't know what the record was. It wasn't something that was on anybody's radar. It just so happened to be the way that game fell down. And then to know he was 1 point shy of it, obviously that sat with him. This year he's had, I think, at least a 48-point game.
Yeah, Mountain Ridge.
A couple high 30s games, including one against Sandra Day O'Connor, which I believe they're top 5. He had 35 against them. So he's not someone that's been shy of scoring. He can score the basketball.
What do you think it's been like? What has it done for team morale or the players? Whether it's freshman, JV, varsity. Obviously, all eyes are on Adrian, right? He accomplished something pretty impressive. But what has it kind of done for the team morale that you've seen?
For our team, it's been cool because they've been on the news. They see themselves on the news. They're having a lot of fun with it, which is it's pretty cool to see. And then at the same time, trying to stay grounded and humble, and the fact that they're people are coming up to them and wanting pictures and stuff. Even just the teammates, because Ace is used to that. He's gotten, we go to big tournaments and other things, and little kids will come up to him. Hell, kids his own age will come up to him to take pictures.
Yeah.
And so now the teammates are getting that same kind of attention, not to his magnitude, but they're getting the same kind of attention, which is kind of cool to see.
I think the last question I got for you is, were you born and raised in Maryville?
I was born in Maryvale Hospital.
Same
fun
here.
fact that a lot of people don't know. And then it turned into I think some type of a sane asylum or mental hospital.
Yeah, something crazy.
So I joked that that's where I'm from. I was born kind of on 35th Avenue in McDowell area. And then I moved. I lived in Kansas for about 4 years, kind of my formative years. And then we lived in Sacramento for 2 of those years. So kind of 6 years away from AZ. And then my heart's always been here. I went to Royal Palm Middle School just down the road on Dunlap and 19th Avenue. I was all geared up to go to Sunny Slope, and then kind of basketball took me to Central because they were a struggling program and they weren't very good. And I saw a chance to kind of go there and make a difference, and we did that. My freshman class and the class that was ahead of me, by the time we had kind of aged out of that program, it was in a much better place than it was when we inherited it.
So something that really stuck out to me was, maybe not obvious to everybody, but everybody who's in the Maryville community, obviously kind of starting the year with the tragedy that we had here at school and all the publicity for negative reasons. Now kind of having it flipped around, right? A lot of eyes back on Maryville, but for a lot better positive reasons. From someone who's like, been born in Maryville, and even Adrian, I remember like him saying something like he like whenever that tragedy at the beginning of the year happened, he didn't think twice about leaving Maryville. What does it mean for you to like have pride in your community, in the neighborhood that is Maryville, and for the players to kind of feel that same way, to actually want to be here, to want to put Maryville on the map for all the good reasons?
Yeah, no, it warms my heart to see us get some positive press because we carry the weight of the community. That name is on our jerseys, Maryville. Even though Trevor Brown is in Maryville, they don't wear the brunt of the name. Alhambra's in the outskirts of Maryville. Carl Hayden's in the outskirts of Maryville. But Maryville's a big footprint on Phoenix, and I tell this to all my parents. When they're kind of making that decision on whether or not to come here, anything that happens in our boundaries, it falls on us, right? Because they say Maryville shooting, Maryville stabbing, Maryville seas, Maryville ice, and so that all it falls on the school because we have the name of the community, and so it's unfortunate. Like, I've gotten calls from friends and family members. There was a shooting on 83rd Avenue and Camelback, but they advertise it on the news as Maryville. There's a shooting, so I get calls. Oh my God, is everything okay? Is your school good? This was like about 6-7 years ago, but
oh, no.
and so this was about 6-7 years ago, and I remember thinking, like, that's closer to Copper Canyon. Why are you calling me? That's closer to Tolleson, but we don't. We carry the name of the community, right? Because Maryville, again, big footprint. It goes from as far west as like 91st Avenue to as far east as like 27th Ave, all the way to, I believe it's Camelback to the I-10. So it's a big footprint of land, and anything that happens in that boundary, they slap Maryville on it, and we bear that brunt. And so it's so good to change that narrative a little bit, in the sense that, like, good things happen here. Just because you don't hear about it all the time or you don't see it. And people think this happened overnight. Adrian just spawned out of the ground this year, and he is who he is. This has been a long time in the making. After coming here sophomore year, his first start for us, we realized he was special. He had almost a quadruple double, which he's done at some point this year as well. But we knew he was special. We knew he was going to be a transformative talent. And then we have little guys here that are the next Adrian, so to speak. And so, it's not lost on me that people think that when Adrian graduates and goes to college and goes on to do great things, that somehow our program is going to take 10 steps backwards. But he's laid the foundation that I believe is transformative and will continue to go on and make him proud and his family, as well as the community.
Yeah, Coach, I couldn't have said it better myself, or couldn't have wrapped it up better myself. Just so you know, heads up, I'm giving you heads up ahead of time. I'm definitely clipping you doing the whole 6-7 thing just
I
then.
got you.
So.
I expect nothing less. We had some that went viral a little bit earlier in the season. And so we appreciate that little fun snippet. So we appreciate the coverage because, again, we have cool things that happen at our school, cool things that happen in our basketball games, and for you to be a part of the ride through your platform and through your creative lens, it's really helped shed light, positive light on our school and our program, and so we thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. Love it. I mean, I'm also born in Maryville, also born in Maryville Hospital. Didn't grow up here, but my heart's always kind of been in the neighborhood, in the community, and so I'm just happy to be a part of it as well.
Love that, man.
Coach Jeremy Smith, thanks, Coach. Good luck on the rest of your season.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.